Hello and welcome home. This is Audio EXP, the weekly podcast from Geek Native. I'm your host, Gertie, and it is the first weekend of April 2026. This week, we are unpacking the fallout from April Fool's Day, a massive 5e conversion for the classic science fiction universe, and some significant changes in the tabletop retail landscape. Let's get right into the news. As this is the start of a new month, we begin with the results of our community vote. I am thrilled to announce that Mythmere Games has won the RPG Publisher Spotlight for April. They have a fantastic catalogue of old-school Renaissance titles, and I will now begin the monthly quest of trying to get in touch with them to arrange an interview. We also need to look ahead to next month. Thank you to all the patrons for continuing to support the site and podcast. Your candidates for May are NDV Maps, Fights and Fancy, YS Games, The Arcverse, and Deep Light Games. You can head over to Patreon right now to cast your vote. And now, we cannot talk about the first week of April without acknowledging the absolute chaos that descends upon the internet. We had a bit of fun on the site with a couple of April Fool's jokes this week. First, we ran a satirical piece claiming that Ticketmaster was planning to monetize the tabletop industry with a new Questmaster core integration. The joke suggested a future where game masters would have to deal with dynamic surge pricing just to book a table at their local gaming store. And while this was entirely fictional, we do fear it serves a slightly too accurate commentary on the highly monetized digital future some corporations might envision for Dungeons & Dragons. We also took part in a coordinated prank with the Looking for Group site to start playing. They released an announcement claiming they had accidentally launched a Shadow Dark mode after an engineering typo rather than the standard Dark mode, plunging users into a highly lethal torch-lit interface. In between pranks and news, the Italian studio Gamers Hunter Izzoni did not launch their 2220 Cyberpunk RPG. They said the April 1st date was a joke, but it is launching soon. Set in a highly corporate dystopian future, the game promises a fresh take on the genre, featuring a proprietary D100 system that emphasizes narrative consequences and lethal combat. Moving on to actual real news, Stockholm-based publisher Free League has expanded its open role-playing game license to cover more titles. This move officially opens up the mechanical engines for games like Mutant Year Zero, Corollas and Dragonbane, allowing third-party creators to publish their own compatible content. The announcement included details on multiple supported languages. Interestingly, there was some pushback in the comments from a Russian user criticizing the company for not including a Russian option. While publishers frequently omit languages based on market logistics and printing costs, the broader inclusion of Ukrainian in the model it was likely to trigger this sort of geopolitical friction. Now, regardless, the open license is a massive win for independent creators looking to build within Free League's award-winning mechanical frameworks. In what might be one of the biggest crossover events of the year, Traveller, the classic science fiction role-playing game, is getting an official 5e conversion. The world's largest RPGs, that's a publisher, and Mongoose Publishing are bringing the sprawling, star-flung universe of the Third Imperium to the world's most popular rule set. This is a monumental shift. For decades, Traveller has been defined by its highly lethal skill-based system and its infamous character generation minigame, where you could potentially die before the campaign even started. Adapting that gritty, trade-focused space opera into the heroic class-based mechanics of 5e is a massive design challenge. It will be fascinating to see how they balance the high fantasy power curve of 5e with the grounded, hard science fiction roots of the Traveller universe. If you prefer your games firmly rooted in fantasy but want a departure from the traditional elves and dwarfs, a new project called Mythomachus is bringing deadly Greek folklore to 5e. I'm describing this as The Witcher meets Highlander, as it drops players into a mythic world while they take on the roles of immortal warriors hunting down terrifying creatures from ancient Hellenic myth. The supplement introduces new subclasses, a unique immortality mechanic, and a deep focus on tactical monster hunting. Over on the digital space, the Daggerheart core set has officially arrived on Fantasy Grounds just as the physical books start to get hard to find. Darrington Press's highly anticipated role-playing game is seeing a massive surge, with physical rulebooks flying off the shelves at retail. The timely integration into Fantasy Grounds ensures that groups can adopt the system without having to wait for the next printing run. We've also seen significant business closures this week to report. Amigo Games has closed its doors, marking an end of an 8-year American experiment. The German board game giant officially opened its North American branch to bring the highly successful European card games like Saboteur directly to the US market. However, following a series of logistical challenges and shifting retail landscapes, tariffs, the company has decided to shutter the US office and revert to its previous model, we assume, of licensing catalogues to independent American distributors. On a more hopeful business note, there is a plan in motion to save Infinite Black through lost artifacts and family ties. The tabletop accessory company, known for its incredible Cosmic Horror dice and Elder Dice collections, recently faced severe hardship after stock disappeared from a warehouse. Now the family are rallying and the community are helping with a special campaign, unearthing rare, vaulted inventory to generate needed capital. There's even a crowdfunding campaign coming called Doomsday. In streaming news, Apple TV has officially added Crunchyroll to its roster ahead of One Piece's return. This integration allows Apple TV subscribers access to the massive anime library directly through the platform's interface. This is a highly strategic move by Sony to increase Crunchyroll's mainstream visibility just in time for the anticipated new season of the pirate epic. Finally, we wrap up this week with an absolutely colossal bundle deal. The Magpie Games Megabundle gathers 25 Powered by the Apocalypse role-playing games into one massive collection on the bundle of holding. This includes critically acclaimed titles like Masks, Bluebeard Bride. If you ever wanted to explore the narrative-first mechanics and have completely reshaped independent tabletop scene over the last decade, this is a perfect opportunity to stock your digital library for a fraction of the retail price. That's it for this week. Thanks for listening to Audio EXP. For all the links and the full stories, head over to Geek Native. Until next week, stay geeky.